Hello students, in the previous lecture we studied the triangle law of vector addition. In this lecture we are going to discuss the parallelogram law of vector addition of two vectors. So what the law states, if two non-zero vectors are represented by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant is given by the diagonal of the parallelogram passing through the point of intersection of two vectors. So let's look out the diagram. This is vector A, this is vector B, and this is the point of intersection. If two vectors are represented by the sides of two parallelogram, this diagonal from the point of intersection represents the resultant R is equal to A plus B. So for finding the magnitude of the resultant vector, the magnitude of resultant vector, for finding the magnitude of resultant vector, we first draw a perpendicular from this point C. This Cn is perpendicular to this vector A. Increase this vector in this direction and draw perpendicular Cn. So this angle is 90 degree. Then R square is equal to ON square plus CN square, ON square plus CN square. In this triangle OCN, in triangle OCN, this is a right angle triangle. This R square, hypotenuse square, is equal to the perpendicular square plus base square. So R square is equal to ON. ON can be written as OA plus AN. So OA plus AN का whole square plus CN square is equal to OA A square plus AN B cos theta. So B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta plus CN. CN is equal to B sin theta. So B square sin square theta. So resultant R square is equal to A square plus this B and B square plus cos square theta and sin square theta is equal to 1. ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक आइडेंटिटी ये कल वाले डेरिवेशन में भी अपन ट्राइंगल लॉ के डेरिवेशन में जो है इसको कर चुके, समझ चुके. तो R इज इक्वल टू ए स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर प्लस 2AB cos थीटा. सो magnitude of resultant R is equal to the magnitude of A vector A plus vector B is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Now let's talk about some special cases. What are the special cases? When, first case is when theta is equal to 0 degree. So when theta is equal to 0 degree, then this formula turns out to be magnitude of R vector is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB. Why? Cos 0 degree is equal to 1. That's why this formula turns out to be like this: A square plus B square plus 2AB. And as we know that this is A plus B ka whole square, a trigonometric identity, A plus B whole square. So the remaining answer is A plus B. So magnitude of R vector R is equal to A plus B when theta is equal to 0 degree. Second, when theta is equal to 180 degree. When theta is equal to 180, then cos 180 degree is equal to minus 1. So this resultant turns out to be A square plus B square minus 2AB cos 180 degree. So minus 2AB. So this formula is again represent a trigonometric identity A minus B whole square. So the answer is R is equal to A minus B when theta between both the vectors is 180 degree, and when theta is equal to 0 degree, R is equal to A plus B. Third case is when theta between the both vectors is 90 degree. So cos 90 degree is equal to 0. So formula turns out to be the magnitude of r vector is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. So this factor is now going to 0. So r is equal to root of a square plus b square. So this is the resultant when theta between both the vector is 90 degree. Now find out the direction. Find out the direction of resultant vector. Direction of resultant vector. So as we know that the resultant vector r making an angle beta with this vector a. So tan beta is equal to Cn upon On is equal to b sin theta upon On is equal to OA plus AN. OA plus AN. So OA is equal to A plus AN is equal to B cos theta. So the direction is equal to tan beta is equal to B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta. So this formula gives the direction of the resultant vector, and this formula gives the magnitude of the resultant vector when we apply parallelogram law of vector addition of two vectors. So now let's talk about the subtraction of two vectors. Suppose we have two vectors, this is vector A and this is vector B. The angle between the two vectors is theta. So this angle is theta between vector A and vector B. So the summation of two vectors is represented as A plus B. The resultant R is equal to A plus B. And the subtraction of two vectors is represented as R is equal to A minus B. So we have written this like this, A plus minus of this B. तो R is equal to A minus B को वेक्टर A माइनस वेक्टर B को अपन इस तरीके से लिख सकते हैं, वेक्टर R रिजल्टेंट इज इक्वल टू वेक्टर A प्लस माइनस ऑफ वेक्टर B. सो वेक्टर B के आगे माइनस लग गया तो इसका डायरेक्शन अपन ने क्या कर दिया, चेंज कर दिया. दिस इज वेक्टर B. सो दिस रिप्रेजेंट्स द माइनस ऑफ वेक्टर B. कि अगर ये वेक्टर B को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है तो ये उसका इक्वल मैग्नीट्यूड में अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में माइनस ऑफ वेक्टर B को रिप्रेजेंट करेगा. तो दिस A, दिस इज B, दिस डायगोनल is represents the subtraction of the vector. So this diagonal represents R is equal to A plus minus of B. So the resultant is vector A minus vector B. So if the angle between this vector A and B is theta, so this angle is 180 minus theta. So the resultant of vector A minus vector B is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 180 minus theta. So cos 180 minus theta is equal to minus of cos theta. So A minus B is equal to A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. This is the resultant of subtraction of two vectors, vector A minus vector B. Magnitude is equal to root of A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. The direction for subtraction of the resultant, the direction of the resultant is tan alpha is equal to B sin theta is equal to 180 minus theta and A plus B cos 180 minus theta. So the direction is B sin theta upon A minus B cos theta, because sin 180 minus theta is equal to sin theta and cos 180 minus theta is equal to minus of cos theta. So the direction of resultant vector is tan alpha is equal to b sin theta upon a minus b cos theta. So now let's talk about components of a vector. See this diagram. If we have vector A with an angle theta with x-axis, if we draw a vector A with an angle theta of this x-axis, so the component in the x direction of this vector A is written as ax, and component of y direction is written as ay. So if this length is ay, this length also be written as ay. So from this right angle triangle, if this is theta, this is ay, so we have written as, from right angle triangle symmetry, cos theta is equal to ax upon a. If this is theta, this is perpendicular, this is base, and this is hypotenuse. So cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse. So base upon hypotenuse is equal to ax upon a. So x component of this vector is a cos theta. And what about this ay? So sin theta of this right angle triangle is ay upon a. So ay is equal to a sin theta. So इन शॉर्ट अपन सीधा सीधा ये याद रख सकते हैं कि किसी भी वेक्टर के अगर वो थीटा एंगल फॉर्म कर रहा है किसी एक्सिस से, तो अलोंग थीटा जो कंपोनेंट होता है वो हमेशा आपका होगा कॉस थीटा, और पर उसके परपेंडिकुलर जो कंपोनेंट होगा वो आपका होगा साइन थीटा. सो दिस वेक्टर ए फॉर्म्स एन एंगल थीटा विद दिस एक्स एक्सिस. सो ये अलोंग थीटा कंपोनेंट हो गया, तो ये आपका हो जाएगा ए कॉस थीटा. इसके परपेंडिकुलर जो कंपोनेंट होगा वो आपका हो जाएगा ए साइन थीटा. सो कोई वेक्टर अगर आप ड्रॉ करते हैं ए, तो उसके दो कंपोनेंट हो सकते हैं एक्स. अगर वो एक्स एक्सिस से थीटा एंगल फॉर्म कर रहा है, तो जो एक्स की डायरेक्शन में कंपोनेंट होगा वो होगा ए कॉस थीटा, और वाई की डायरेक्शन में जो कंपोनेंट होगा वो होगा ए साइन थीटा. अगर ये इक्वेशन नंबर सेकंड है, इक्वेशन नंबर फर्स्ट एंड इक्वेशन नंबर सेकंड, इक्वेशन फर्स्ट और इक्वेशन सेकंड को स्क्वायर करके अपन जोड़ देते हैं. ए एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस ए वाई स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू ए स्क्वायर कॉस स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस साइन स्क्वायर थीटा. So a square is equal to ax square plus ay square. So this a is equal to root of ax square plus ay square. This is the magnitude of this vector a in the components form. And what about the direction? So by dividing equation 2 from equation 1, we get, by divide equation 2 from equation 1, we get ए साइन थीटा अपन ए कॉस थीटा. तो ए से ए कैंसिल हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा आपका साइन थीटा अपन कॉस थीटा इज इक्वल टू टेन थीटा इज इक्वल टू ए वाई अपन ए एक्स. सो थीटा इज इक्वल टू टेन ऑफ इनवर्स ए वाई अपन ए एक्स. सो दिस इज द डायरेक्शन एंड दिस इज द रिजल्टेंट ए इज इक्वल टू ए एक्स स्क्वायर. दिस इज द मैग्नीट्यूड. ए इज इक्वल टू रूट ऑफ ax square plus ay square. Now if we have a vector in three-dimensional space, so this magnitude turns out to be a is equal to ax square plus ay square plus a z square. So this is the magnitude in the forms of component, and these are the components of a vector. Now let's talk about unit vectors. So unit vector is when we divide any vector a. Suppose we have vector a, when we divide any vector a by its magnitude. So magnitude is mod of a. So when we divide any vector a by its magnitude a, it gives us a unit vector which is denoted by a cap. It is denoted by a cap is equal to a vector upon magnitude of this vector a. So this is the formula of unit vector. unit vector is equal to vector upon its magnitude of vector. So vector upon its magnitude of vector represents the unit vector. Unit vector has no dimensions. Unit vector has no dimensions and no units, and a unit vector shows the orientation of the corresponding vector in space. The unit vector shows the orientation of the corresponding vector in space. Unit vector has no dimensions and no units, so the unit vector is denoted by cap. A cap is equal to vector upon its magnitude. Now let's talk about position vector. If we have a point P lies in xy plane having coordinates P, x and y. So how it is represented? So this is x axis, this is y axis. Suppose a point P lies here having coordinate x and y. So this distance from origin is x and this distance from origin is y. So this distance r from the origin is represented as the position vector for this point P. तो किसी पॉइंट P के लिए जिसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स x एंड y हैं, जो किसी टू डायमेंशनल स्पेस में लाई कर रहा है, किसी x एंड y कोऑर्डिनेट्स के बीच में, जिसके x एंड y कोऑर्डिनेट्स हैं उसके बीच में कोई पॉइंट P जो है वो लाई कर रहा है, तो उसके ओरिजिन से जो डिस्टेंस होगा वो कहलाएगा उसका पोजीशन वेक्टर. उसको रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे r इज इक्वल टू x, जो उसका मैग्नीट्यूड है इन द x डायरेक्शन, एंड यूनिट वेक्टर ऑफ x डायरेक्शन इज i कैप plus y, and unit vector in the y direction is j cap. So r is represented as x I cap plus y j cap. This is for two dimensional. And if a point P lies in a three dimensional space, so the position vector of a point P is given by r is equal to x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap, where k cap is the unit vector in the z direction. So x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. If a point P lies in the three dimensional space, the position vector is given by this x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. If a point P lies in the two dimensional space, this position vector r is given by x I cap plus y j cap. Let's understand the displacement vector. So displacement vector is a vector which gives the position of a point with reference to a point other than the origin of the coordinate system. So displacement vector is a vector which gives the position of a point with a reference to a point other than the origin of the coordinate system. So is our coordinate system. This is x-axis, this axis is y. Suppose a point P having coordinates x1 and y1. The position vector for this point P is suppose r1 vector, and a point Q lies in this xy plane having coordinates x2 and y2, and the position vector for this point Q is r2 vector. So we have a point P, coordinates of point P is x1 and y1 having position vector. The distance from origin is r1 vector, and for this Q the position vector is r2 vector. Let's applying the triangle law of vectors we get. So for the displacement, finding the displacement vector for this P and Q is we draw a vector in the closing side of this triangle represented by del r. So applying the triangle law of vectors we get this r1 plus del r is equal to r2. This del r is represented as the displacement vector. Del r is equal to r2. So del r is equal to r2 vector minus r1 vector. So this del r is represented as the displacement vector. Del r vector is equal to r2 vector minus r1 vector. So displacement vector is the difference of two position vectors. Thus displacement vector is the difference of two position vectors. So thus displacement vector is the difference of two position vectors. If x1 y1 and x2 y2 are the coordinates of point P and point Q, if x1 y1 and x2 y2 are the coordinates of point P and point Q, then the position vector for point P is written as r1 is equal to x1 I cap plus y1 j cap, where I cap is the unit vector along x-axis and j cap is the unit vector along y-axis. So position vector for point P is written as r1 vector is equal to x1 I cap plus y1 j cap, and position vector for this point Q is written as r2 vector is equal to x2 I cap plus y2 j cap. So these are the position vectors of point P and point Q, and as we know that the displacement vector del r is equal to r2 vector minus r1 vector. So x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap. So the magnitude of this displacement vector is equal to root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. This is the magnitude of displacement vector in two-dimension space. We are generalizing this result for three-dimension space. This result can be written as del r for three-dimension space x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square plus z2 minus z1 square. If the point P has coordinates x1, y1 and z1, and point Q has coordinates x2, y2 and z2, the resultant displacement vector or magnitude of displacement vector is written as x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. So this formula represents the displacement vector. So this is it for today, guys. This is some basic overview about the vectors, the parallelogram law of vectors, the unit vectors, displacement vectors and position vectors. So these are some basic overview of the vectors. If you have any doubt regarding this lecture, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.